Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast for the Canadian Prairie. I'm Andrew Pritchard, meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, unfortunately, we got some cold air to talk about, especially in southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan. A big shot of cold air going to knock us about 10 to 15, perhaps at times 20 degrees colder than average as we head through the next 7 to 10 days. And we got some accumulating snow to talk about again, focused on southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan, but we'll see some of that sneaking over into southern Manitoba as well. The overall flow of the jet stream, which we'll talk about in a moment, is up and over the top of a ridge of high pressure in the Gulf of Alaska. That flow coming up and over the top of that ridge, bringing in shots of cold air. And we're also going to see little systems try to kind of sneak their way through across the southern portions of the prairie here. And one such will bring some accumulating snow again, primarily to southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan. We'll see some of that make its way over into southern Manitoba and the Winnipeg area as well. And now temperatures on this Wednesday morning, very close to freezing across the prairie, from Calgary down to Calgary down to Medicine Hat, over to Regina, and then toward the Winnipeg area, generally between 0 and -5. A bit colder as you head off to the north and to the east. As we look at the satellite picture here, again, strong flow coming up over the top of the Rockies here, so a cloudy start to the day for many across the prairie. We have some breaks in there, though, making their way into portions of southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan, so maybe some sunshine as we head into the later part of the day. Now, scattered snow flurries, that's going to be the name of the game over the next 48 hours. We can see that with the high-resolution Canadian model here. Again, just looking at the next 48 hours, a little area of low pressure making its way kind of roughly along this track here from northern Alberta early this morning through central Saskatchewan, through the overnight, and then into southern Manitoba by the time we get to the early morning hours on Thursday. And again, just bringing the chance for some scattered showers as we look at the total accumulation or accumulated snowfall map here from that loop. Again, you see just the disorganized fashion here. Generally, maybe we'll call it along and north of Highway 16, the best chance to see maybe a trace to a couple of centimeters if you end up under one of the heavier snow showers today. And then as you head south of Highway 16, probably going to be more miss than hit with those snow showers. Now again, here's the ridge that's driving the pattern. It's this stubborn ridge of high pressure right now. And again, I'll play the loop on this, but again, forcing the jet stream kind of up and over the top of that ridge and into the prairie. And then as such, we're seeing kind of these troughs developing here across western Canada into the western U.S., kind of breaking off and becoming cutoff lows, making their way into the central United States. And so, again, one such little system going to be bringing some snow to the prairie here, and we'll time that out. Again, talking about just disorganized chances for snow showers and snow flurries as we head through the next 48 hours. But we'll start to see the system swinging in from the southwest right here as we get into Thursday, and then it begins to emerge on Friday. Here it is. It's just kind of coming up and over the top of the ridge and then trying to make its way into the prairie here as we get into the end of the week. So as we get into let's call it early Friday morning, heading into midday Friday. That's when we'll start to see the snow increase in intensity across southern Alberta, making its way into southern Saskatchewan as we get into probably by at least not before Saturday morning, probably talking about mid-Saturday into Saturday afternoon across the Saskatchewan area, southern Saskatchewan. So Regina, starting to see some of that snowfall mid-afternoon Saturday. Same thing for you in Saskatoon. We'll then head into Saturday night and then Sunday morning, seeing the system moving off to the east, maybe losing a little bit of its moisture here, but certainly maybe seeing some light snow falling Sunday into Sunday night across southern Manitoba. High pressure sneaks in and then we quiet down but cool down as we head into the early part of the next work week. That'll be Monday and Tuesday. There's a chance we could see some more snow making its way through the prairie here as we get into mid to late next week, but details are extremely unclear on that. So for this forecast video, we're going to focus on primarily just focusing on the impacts from that Friday into Saturday into Sunday transition of that snow. And we can take a closer look here again using the European model again, seeing those disorganized snow showers with that little area of low pressure making its way through the region over the next 48 hours. And then the snow beginning more in earnest as we get into Friday across southern Alberta, and then into southern Saskatchewan Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and then making its way into southern Manitoba on Sunday night into Monday. Total snowfall from this, we got the European in the top left, the American GFS in the top right, the Canadian model in the bottom center, or bottom right, I guess, today. And some of my forecast accumulations here, taking a look at some of the different models. We've got Calgary, I'm thinking 5 to 15 centimeters, Medicine Hat 10 to 20. On the higher side as you head further south across Alberta. Regina 5 to 10, Saskatoon, you're a bit north for this one, so probably closer to Trace to 5 centimeters, maybe on the high side there. And then Winnipeg, probably around 5, maybe getting up to 10 centimeters of snow here again. On the lighter side as this thing moves off to the east. The heaviest snow, the biggest winner on this Friday, Saturday, Sunday system, probably along and south of Highway 3 in southern Alberta. Maybe Lethbridge being a good candidate for the most snow here. And that's where we could be talking about anywhere from maybe 25, perhaps 30 centimeters of snow. Again, the highest of which being along and south of Highway 3 in southern Alberta. So this is probably where the hot spot is going to be for the heaviest snow. And then as we look for the temperature forecast, unfortunately that's going to be the hot spot for the coldest temps as the core of that colder air moves in as we get into the end of the weekend and then early next week. Portions of southern Alberta into southwestern Saskatchewan probably going to be anywhere from 15 to 25, maybe 30 degrees cooler than average as we get into the early part of next week. So we'll look at the 10-day temperature forecast, and here is where the bottom falls out here in Calgary. The coldest day likely Saturday with a high between negative 15 and negative 20. The good news is it's a short-lived cold snap. We'll be back above freezing into positive territory as we head into the mid and late part of next week. Similar look here in Edmonton, negative 15, negative 16 for the highs on Friday and Saturday, back to near the freezing mark as we head into the mid and late part of next week. Regina, Saturday, the coldest day of the week. Same thing here in Saskatoon. Winnipeg, not quite as cold. Again, the core of that coldest day are going to be off to the west. In Winnipeg, the coldest days here Friday and Saturday, a high of negative 10. Back up to around negative 5, creeping up toward the freezing mark as we head into the mid and late part of next week. So there you got it, some snow here Friday through Saturday, a shot of cold air over the weekend into early next week, but we do start to moderate as we head into the middle and later part of next week, so at least it is a short visit from this brutal cold weather winter pattern. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again on Friday.